How to launch a product on Amazon FBA. The all-important question of how to get your products out there, how to get it ranked, and how to get those sales coming in. Now, many gurus will tell you this is an extremely complicated process. However, I'm here to tell you that it's simply not. There are a lot of variables people say to how your product will actually rank on Amazon, and I can tell you that the number one and the only factor you should really mainly be worrying about is the amount of sales you generate, because that is essentially how Amazon will know how popular your product is, how well respected it is and regarded amongst the customers, and how highly they should rank it. So all you need to be concerned about at this stage, especially since you haven't sold anything, is to get those sales coming in. Now, I've got a very simple method for what you need to do to get those sales, and I've just written it out quickly for you here. Traffic plus a quality listing plus the price, which is going to be at a very competitive price at best, and really you want to have it at a low price, will equal sales. So let's not get too scientific about it. If you get a lot of people looking at your product, and you have a quality product and listing, and you have a competitively priced product, you will get those all important sales. And sales equal rankings. If you can blast your product onto the market and have a high volume of sales from day one, then you will be very competitive from day one, and your Amazon will start to think, hold on, this is a new product and everybody's absolutely loving it, so we're going to put it up the ranking straight away. Now, you will need to maintain those sales to try and stay there. However, a good start will be fantastic to get yourself up the ranking straight away, because if you do it slowly, I've found that products never really get to where you want them to be. If it's a slow build up, you might get them well ranked, but I've always found it to be a struggle. Whereas if you really get it out there from day one, it sends a message to Amazon, and really that's what you want anyway. You want those sales coming in. So the way to do that is essentially using aspects that we've gone through earlier in this training series, which is why I've put the product launch as far through the course as we are currently. Because traffic is going to come in the form of advertising, because if you don't have any advertising, nobody is going to know that your products exist unless you're doing any external or third-party advertising. But for this course, we're going to stick with, or this aspect or area of the course, we're going to stick with Amazon ads as opposed to anything third-party such as Amazon or, Facebook or Google, etc. A quality listing, we've gone through in the listing optimization section, so we want to have that absolutely watertight before we start. And the price is going to be something for contention for you guys just to consider. So if, for example, a product is £30 on average, that's the market value for the product, that's the average price people sell for. Some people might be slightly higher, some people might be lower. If you come in and, for example, for a short period of time can offer that product for £15, even without some reviews, you will be picking up sales, let me tell you. Especially if you have the quality listing and you can answer questions on there in the form of a Q&A and put some of their queries to bed, then you will get sales at that lower price. Now, the way to do that is by showing your product as being on sale at that price, as opposed to actually being available at that price full time, because then you can just put it up. So those are going to be the key aspects. So we're going to that very shortly. So the way I would look to do that is just to bear in mind that by doing a product launch, your goal is to launch the product. It's not necessary to be profitable from day one. And that might be something that's difficult to comprehend, but let me tell you, if you type in, for example, one of the products that we've looked at in this training is our liquid chalk. Now, we are not advertising this product currently due to the COVID-19 crisis, and we only have limited stock and availability. However, even without advertising, the search term liquid chalk, which is the number one search term, gets searched for thousands of times a day, and hundreds of sales are brought from it. You can see that our products here, Elevate Grip, is on this top of the front page. These are as you can see here, sponsored and paid ads, as we've been through previously. So right at the top here, you can see that our product is well ranked due to the work that we've done on it and the previous launch that we had on this product. So we no longer actually have to advertise this product at all for it to stay at the top. We are reaping the rewards of lots of sales every day for something that we're not currently paying for in ads. We're getting lots of organic sales from our previous product launch without spending a penny on ads. So to actually get the product out there, you may Some people say your first batch of products, say you buy 500 at a time, it depends how aggressive you want to be and how competitive your market is. Some people will say that you're not actually looking to spend any money on that first 500 products. You're not looking to make any money. Of course, you'd like to make money, but the goal is to simply get your product ranked in that first round of products ordered. So if you were to order 500, now I know there's formulas out there for people saying that you can do a certain amount and you can look on these different systems and it'll tell you how many you need to sell on a day. Now, I don't know where they're getting that data from, because ultimately Amazon decides where your product's going to be launched, and I don't think there's any science behind it. I think you just need to smash your product out there as much as possible. Whilst not losing money, you don't really want to lose certainly too much money, but if you lose money just on a launch, just know that because our product is now ranked at the top there, you will get that money back over time and more some. So what you want to do is put aside a certain amount of products you want to sell and a certain advertising budget that you would be willing to spend. Go into your ads and find, say, this one's so for our liquid chalk, and you should have previously come up with a list of search terms that you want to actually rank for. Pick your top 5 to 10 keywords and not any more. Because you don't, obviously, otherwise you're going to spend lots of money. Pick those and put those bids extremely high. So, for example, it's not loading up at the moment, but if, for example, the average cost per click is £1, and that's actually quite high for this product. We'll see what these have been. I think this is our last week's sales, just 26% ACOS there. Then we'll see what sort of cost per click we're getting there. If it's, say, for example, £1, you could put it up as high as £3, £4, or even £5. And the reason for that, as you can see, the average cost per click is like 72, 91, 71. So I could put these up to, say, a £3 bid over here. Put your bids up to £3. And the reason for that is because you are going to come at the top of the search results every single time. You can then go into doing stuff such as going into your settings, the ads, and doing things such as increasing the bids up and down. And here you can, as we discussed in the advertising section, you can increase your bids to be at the top of the first page. That will show you at the top of the first page of the sort of sales page there, Amazon search rankings. You will be at the top every single time. And the reason you want to do that is because you want your product to be everywhere for these 5 to 10 key search terms that you've identified. So every time someone looks for that product, they're seeing your product, so you can get the most amount of sales possible. Now remember, your bids might be higher and your cost per click will be higher. However, it's unlikely that you're going to spend all of that £3 per click. Maybe it might go up to £1.50 or something. So just know that your ad cost will be higher by doing this, but you know that you're going to get this product out there. You're in it for the long term. You want to create a proper brand and a proper product instead of just a short-term gap in the market, and you will get the money back over time with the organic sales that go alongside it. So that's really our method. It's Amazon only, just using Amazon traffic with high volumes of ads. Pick 5 to 10 keywords out of the best keywords that you can find for your product. Spend a lot of money on that advertising, and I'm going to leave it down to you to decide. Obviously, you don't want to lose all your money in doing this, so leave some aside, but you need to have an advertising budget that you're ultimately willing to lose some money on. Now, some people, as I said previously, suggest that you can go as far as losing money on your first round of products. I'm not sure that's really a good idea, because you still have to get the products back in stock, and ultimately you're going to have less money than when you started. So in my opinion, if you had 500 of a product to start with, maybe you want to get 200 of them out there, lose money on those 200, and then slowly increase the price. If we were at £15 per product, move it up to 20, then to 25, and perhaps for the last 100 put them up to the full £30 asking price for the product. And in doing so, it will start to recoup the money that you've spent on advertising, and you won't lose money on that first round of products ordered. You will actually get the products out there quickly, but then bring them up to a competitive market price and actually start making money on them. And by doing that, it will give you more money to invest on the next round of products, and you can keep that advertising spend going, and you can really get up those search results. It is really worth doing, and then you can get your money back over time. Just know that there are other areas that are important that I haven't put here. Things like reviews, as I said in the reviews section, is hugely important because it is really what the customers will go on to actually gain trust in your product, knowing what other customers think about your product and knowing that it is coming from a quality brand. However, obviously you don't have any reviews at the beginning, so you can only do what you can do, and there are other things you can do to get those reviews, like using third-party advertisements and then using the email systems we put in place and have discussed previously to actually ask for those reviews. So realistically, at the bottom, your sales at the beginning, your sales are going to be the worst they ever be. But if you can do this, make it profitable from your first round of products, you're only going to make more and more money going forward when you actually have those reviews. So ultimately, get the advertising going, get your listing optimized, start with a lower price knowing that you will lose money at the beginning, but you can reap it back as you increase the price and over time, and those sales equal rankings. And that's a simple method for ranking your product using Amazon ads only.